stacking the rules of composition. Like, what the heck is stacking? Well, this is where you use the most number of rules of composition at the same time in the same frame. So I just went over the 6 most common rules of composition for landscape photos. And what is a really great trick to use is stacking those rules in the same frame. So here is our viewfinder here. And so let's just say that you've found a main subject for your photo, and you're going to place the main subject in the middle here. So here's our main subject, whatever that happens to be. But then you ask yourself, is it possible that if I move using my feet, I might be able to include some other rule of composition in the photo? Like, could I position myself so that there will be a tree on the left and a tree on the right? So now you've got framing going on. Is it possible I can move myself so that there will be a reflection with water underneath the main subject? Is it possible that if I move, I might be able to find some leading lines? Is it possible that I'll be able to find a cool foreground? Is it possible that I can move and get some sort of balance and symmetry in the shot? I know it sounds impossible, but it's not impossible. I'll give you an example. I was at Moraine Lake in the Canadian Rockies, and I went there hoping for a really beautiful, clear day with a sunset it was a sunrise on the mountains at the back end of the lake. But the mountains, which I wanted to be my main subject, were completely covered in cloud. Like, you couldn't even see the mountains at the back of the lake. So at first, I found a composition that had some balance and symmetry on it. So there was something on the left, something on the right. And then as I moved, I found another composition that had an interesting foreground element. And then I moved again, and I was able to find a composition that had some reflection. I'll just say that this is reflection like this, like that. So I had a reflection, and then it was like, could I possibly find a leading line? Now, normally this would be next to impossible to find a leading line pointing at Moraine Lake. But then I saw that there was a tree sticking out in the water, and this tree was kind of going like this, and there was a big triangular rock like that in the water. And when all was said and done, I had combined practically all of the rules of composition into one shot. And even though I didn't have my sunrise, I didn't have the mountains at the end with the reflected mountain in the water at the back end of the lake, which is really the Moraine Lake shot, I made the most out of the changing conditions, and I was able to find all of these rules of composition combined into one frame, and I got a photo that I was really proud of and really happy with. So remember this trick of stacking the rules of composition. The more rules of composition that you use inside your frame, chances are the better photo it's going to be.